Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode number 3 of Talking to Walter. Did we say our names last time?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
pretty sure
think
we
so.
did.
Okay, I'm Vincent.
I'm TJ.
And I'm James.
So what do we have today to talk about?
Well, what did you guys do this week? Anything exciting?
No.
No?
Nothing
Not
exciting.
really,
TJ?
no.
I saw a picture of you looking at a black bear.
Oh, that's right. I went to Yosemite.
Yeah, I was like, I thought I saw that too. You
Freaking
did
tracking a
something.
bear through the wild. You didn't do
I
anything. Just
forgot.
another day.
Yeah, I have a
Typical
video
day
of
for
it,
TJ.
actually. Yeah, I'm used to it. It's
Just tracking black bears through the
Bears,
wilderness.
no big deal.
Wait, was that a wild bear or was it like a?
It was, yeah. It was like right next to this path.
And you guys thought it'd be a good idea to go film it?
No, there was everybody. There was like a fat crowd of people. There's probably, I don't know, 50 people.
They
Oh,
were
trying to film
actually
it.
like
I
fat,
always
or
forget.
it was just a big crowd.
I guess they weren't that fat. They're most of them were European.
So not a crowd of fat people, but
a fat
a big crowd. Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right.
Misplaced modifier or
Yep.
whatever you want to.
I forget that Yosemite is like a tourist place.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah, everybody walks on the wrong side of the path because they're all from Europe. It's really
They-
annoying.
They drive on the wrong side too. And,
No, they were driving fine. But
okay, that's
anywhere you walk, you just expect, oh, I better just kind of move to the left because they're going to take my right side.
if any Europeans come across this podcast, we're just kidding.
You know why that is?
They're very
though?
friendly, though.
They are, yeah.
You know why
That's
they
true.
they have their steering wheels on the left
Why
side
is that?
or on the right side, and they drive on the left side?
It's just switched.
Right, just
Everything's
opposite
just
of us,
opposite.
yeah.
It's
yeah.
because if you were like in a carriage or something, you would have your sword arm would be able to draw and
Oh,
like
I
fight
see.
somebody
Huh.
because you're on the left, so they would be on the right. They would come up on the right side, and you'll be able to
Interesting.
protect whoever is with you.
Then by the time America was around, you had to shift with your right hand. So
Well,
they
we hid
switched
we
it.
hid in the trees while they marched down the roads.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
drumming and telling everybody that wearing big.
We're
red
just
clothes.
we were just
coming.
rebels. We just wanted to do it different, you know.
Oh,
we were,
yeah,
we
that's
were the
right.
Ewoks on.
We wanted to do we wanted to do it different. Yeah. Oh man. So you went to Yosemite. That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys spend the day there or
Yeah, we hiked Vernal
Capitan?
Falls up, and then I don't know. It was I don't know exactly all the
Names?
places that are there, the names. I just know we went to Vernal Falls, and then from there you can keep going. I mean, the trails go all over, but we just
Yeah.
went one more to the next the next fall, which was the Nevada Falls. But that's 3 miles of hiking.
wow.
My legs are still sore, and I did that on Tuesday.
Yeah.
How wide are the paths there? 'Cause I've only
Not
done like
super wide.
the super like popular. Paths.
Well, at certain points it gets really narrow. Like when you get closer to the falls. Excuse me. There's a.
Thought you were gonna throw up for a second.
I just don't want to like clear my throat.
Right into the.
Yeah, exactly. But when you get near the falls, there's like this rail they put up, and it's just like this little ledge and then a rail on the side, so people are trying to pass, and it gets pretty tight. But I don't know, it wasn't too bad.
That's good.
Yeah, there was some people up there. I was like, I don't know how they made it up this far. Like, you could tell they're not regular hikers. Let's just
Not
put it that way.
normal
They were
hikers.
American.
Yeah.
That's enough. That's enough said.
That's all you need to
I was
know.
I was
Yeah.
impressed because I was like, man, if I'm this tired and you're up here this far, like, I don't know how they did it.
Yeah, it's my brother was just up last weekend. He was up there and he hiked to the top of Half Dome.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
like
which is like
what,
all day
10 miles, something like that.
I don't know, but I
People
know it's
die
insane.
doing that, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. If you're not like hydrated and you
Well,
don't
no,
take
like,
food and
Yeah.
you
How-
can get.
Huh?
Go ahead.
That's, I was just gonna say that's for sure a rough hike. I've never done it, but
Yeah.
Me neither.
I've
Yeah, we
heard
brought
plenty
we
about
brought
it.
lunch,
Yeah,
hiked up, had some lunch, and then
How warm was it? Was it warm or no?
I think it was about 85 to
Oh, it's not
88.
too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but it was still hot enough where you
when
really
you're
appreciated
hiking,
the shade.
Yeah, I bet.
So
Was it just you and Jasmine?
yeah. Whoops.
Dropped your bag.
Dropping stuff over here. Yeah, it was just us two.
Cool. That's fun. Vincent,
Yeah.
you do anything exciting this week?
I don't think so. No, actually, no. I didn't do anything this week.
You don't. I don't think think so. No, definitely nothing.
Definitely nothing. I literally watch Psych most of the day, drew
Nice.
some stuff,
Nice.
practice drawing. That's about it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome.
Getting
just
ready for
practice?
school to start up.
Doing drawing drills.
Yeah, well, I'm taking a. I haven't actually like figure drawn in like from a model in probably like 2 years or so,
Oh dang.
and I'm taking a class next semester of figure drawing from memory. So
Oh, wow.
I doubt we'll have a model there, but I'm sure he'll show us a picture or slides or something. I'm hoping we have a model, and then she just like moves around, and we just have to draw what we see.
Yeah, I always hope for models too.
It's just easier for me
No,
to
I've
draw
seen-
from a model,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I
Than,
know
like
they.
a picture of a model.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's pictures are like I don't know. It's easier for me to translate a 3-dimensional object into a 2-dimensional thing than 2-dimensional to 2-dimensional.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And just
I
because
can't draw, so I can't. I can't relate to that.
well, I can tell depth in a 3D model, but in a 2D model, it's like, well,
Oh,
this
And you
is
get different
just-
You're like-
angles, right?
Yeah,
and
you can look around and move,
Uh-huh.
and you
Yeah.
You can see the shadows. How
yeah.
you're
Well,
not
and-
replicating someone else's version of depth and
Yeah,
shadows.
If it
and
was
that
a
kind of stuff.
drawing that I was drawing from, that's easier than drawing from a picture of a
Oh,
person.
really?
Yeah, just because you can follow like their pencil
What
marks
they did?
and and see like,
Uh-huh.
oh, they did this here.
But if you're looking at like a photograph,
yeah, it's
you have to
completely
make your
different.
own pencil
For me
marks.
anyway, I don't know because when I first did figure drawing, it was with models. So like I learned
how
to
you learned,
yeah,
huh?
I learned to account for like okay, my head's gonna be moving, so you basically accentuate everything and make everything curvier and like more fluid and like alive than if I draw from a 2D picture, it always comes out very like systematic and like measured
Mm.
out and sort of thing because I'm
Less-
trying to
less
match that.
artistic almost. I feel
Yeah,
like.
for me it
You
is.
don't have as much
Yeah.
freedom, you know.
Yeah, because I'm very analytical and I'm looking like okay, if I'm gonna draw this picture of this thing, I'm gonna make it look like this picture. But if I'm drawing a person, I'm like, well, this looks better like here, so you can sort of make the person look like what you want, but it still looks like the person because
Oh, gotcha.
there's no comparison basically. 'Cause
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
not gonna or he's not gonna be. They aren't gonna be.
One of 'em, whoever it
They're
is.
not going to be standing there forever for a person
Yeah.
to come up and look at your drawing and be like, "Oh yeah, that I see that. Well, this part's a little messed up, but
Yeah.
if the model's gone, and then like a professor comes up and says like, "Oh well, you could have made this a little bit like more rounded, so you can see like light, the reflection coming back, and you get a better sense of what you're doing wrong with a model than
Oh, okay.
because you're
That
not.
makes sense.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
training your eye instead of just being a copy machine.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. You
Right.
don't. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And so I've been trying to because I haven't drawn a model in 2 years. I've been trying to like remember what it's like and what to do. But since I don't have a model, I'm using pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want me to come
So-
over?
If you want, dude, you can keep your clothes on. But
No, I don't want to do it then.
oh, well, you can keep your bottoms on.
Yeah.
I'll just keep my shirt on.
It's actually a lot harder to draw people with clothes on than without clothes.
Really?
Yeah, like 30 times harder.
Oh,
I guess that actually makes sense
because there's
you have
more. Yeah, there's more.
the
Fabric and
silhouette of the
stuff, yeah.
fabric.
Yeah.
and
Because there's
stuff.
nothing. Well, most of the time there's.
There we go.
Okay, so we're back. I guess this is the part of the show where we have technical difficulties.
The,
Probably gonna happen every
Classic.
Somebody's microphone does something funny, and we have to
Classic.
stop.
It just wrecks everything else.
well,
Yeah.
I was talking about oh yeah. All I was gonna say was there's nothing on a human body that should look like fabric, so you don't really draw fabric when you're drawing a naked person.
Right. Yeah. That's
or
true.
nude.
Yeah.
Nude, excuse me. Nude.
Yes. Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah. But that's pretty much why I've been drawing. I was supposed to I'm gonna challenge a figure sculpture class, and I was supposed to like practice because I've never actually sculpted a figure, but I've done a face. I think you saw the face that I did. It's like smashed. It's a rock, but it looks like a
Oh
smashed,
yeah, that was
smashed
cool.
up on glass.
I like that.
And that was my first sculpture I ever did, like in anything, and it was actually pretty easy for me. So I feel like if I just practice like a month or two of figure sculpting, I could squeak by a class challenge and
And not have to take a whole
Yeah.
semester of it.
yeah.
That's worth it if you can do it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, it's not like anything great, but I figure if it's good enough for challenge, might as well try it.
Yeah. Might as well save yourself a whole class.
Yeah,
Do it.
couple grand.
Yeah. Seriously.
Really?
Let's see.
What'd
Sorry.
you do this
No,
week?
I was just agreeing.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say what I did this week. Not a
Well,
whole
tell us,
lot.
tell us
but
what you did this week.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Will you
Um,
please
tell
tell
us
us
what you did
yes.
this
Will you
week.
tell us now?
Let me tell you guys
I'm
what I
curious
did.
to hear
Hold
what
on.
you did this week.
Let me tell you guys what I did this week. So I think the last time we recorded, I was recovering from my old man broken ankle, right?
Yeah, your
Yeah.
cankle.
And yeah, my cankles. And then so Monday, I decided to just go out and try it, anyways. And
Try running, that is.
running, yeah. This
on your
Monday,
jankles.
got like halfway through, done.
Yeah, dude,
I think it was this week,
someone
unless
had
that
to
was
come pick you
last
up.
week. Regardless, moral of the story is my ankle still sucks, and
Ah.
I still can't run, so it's been really frustrating. But one thing I did do this week, you guys know, but we've been working on getting central AC in my house,
I
and
saw
we've never
those
had
supplies,
central
yeah.
AC, so it's super exciting, but it's been a long process. And my buddy
yeah, you had to
Brandon's been
conquer a
helping.
fear.
Yeah, my buddy Brandon's been helping, thank God, with all the installation and everything. And he's been the guy that's crawled under our house to run lines and
Oh,
electrical
man.
and do the stuff
making
that I'm
him do
like
that?
terrified of. Well, yesterday, I think it was yesterday.
Thursday, no?
No, Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. I guess that's irrelevant. But a couple days ago, I had to go under there because there was a wire that needed to be basically like spliced and extended.
Oh.
So I had to go under the house.
He knows all these fancy words now.
Because it was me or no one was gonna do it, And I was like, man, I get so terrified about small spaces, but then the extra like fear of being underneath a house with bugs and rodents and dirt and that's just not my
And
thing.
ghosts. There's ghosts under there, too.
Yeah, and the ghosts,
Bugs and rodents and dirt.
and yeah. But, so
Yeah,
anyways,
I'm scared of dirt, too.
So anyways, I conquered that fear, went underneath the house. I still wouldn't choose to do it again if I had to, but I did it, and so that was probably my biggest accomplishment of the
proud
week.
of you. That's great.
Thanks, man. Thanks. That's mostly the exciting thing I did. Other than that, it was just kind of work, and then
Kind of work.
yeah, kind of work.
You go to work and you just kind of work.
I just kind of work. Oh man, people from work are gonna listen to this. I work really hard every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, after work, Sarah was working pretty much busy every night, so I was just hanging out watching football stuff or Psych also because I've been on a Psych binge just like Vincent. So
You guys
we got to
the
get
Psych,
TJ
man.
to watch.
I know.
Psych
I haven't
still.
watched any
pretty
Psych.
good.
It's an awesome show.
Sydney, my girlfriend, doesn't like it at all.
Really,
Yeah. It's weird that I had to add that qualifier in there.
Sydney,
my girlfriend.
Yeah,
Comma.
it's just to remind people.
Yeah.
that don't remember.
I did it out of instinct. But she,
She
I
gets
don't know.
mad if you don't. If you
She
talk
w-
about it, don't say that. She gets mad at you, huh?
Yeah.
What am I just Sydney now?
Sydney, my
Yeah,
awesome,
Jasmine, my
amazing,
girlfriend,
awesome, amazing
She
girlfriend,
gets mad too.
love of my life, my moon and my stars.
Yeah.
She,
You watch Game of Thrones?
yeah,
Oh, nice. I didn't know you were watching that.
I'm caught up.
I
told
don't.
you.
Cool.
I don't watch it. so-
Jamie,
Yeah.
okay.
He
You
knows
watch Game of
everything, though.
Thrones.
I
I'll watch
spoiled it.
Psych, and then we
And
could
then I'll
we
watch
could be
Game
even
of
better
Thrones.
friends because
Okay.
of it.
All right.
Yeah,
It's a deal.
but she was like, she doesn't think it's funny. I don't know. I think it's hilarious. It reminds me of like Scooby Doo, and like their
That's
their
how, like,
comedy.
goofy it
Like,
is.
Scooby Doo
Yeah.
wasn't funny.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch Scooby Doo.
No.
I think Psych, to me, it's funny because they're if I could hang out with Gus and Sean, those characters,
That would
that would
be
be like my
yeah.
friends of choice. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, it just feels like hanging out with friends, and they're hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's funny. It's like quick humor. It's stupid humor, but it's quick and like
Oh yeah,
a bunch of
It's
obscure
friend humor.
references.
It's
And
not-
yeah, exactly. It's like how you would talk to your best friend or do talk to your best
Yeah.
friend, you know?
Is it like
That's fun,
Archer, like joke after joke after like you? Some of the jokes you didn't even pick up. Like you know what I'm saying?
Watching it back right now, I just forgot about it or I'm picking up on new jokes all the
Oh,
time.
yeah,
It's like, oh my gosh, I forgot he said this. All right, now I get that joke. You
it
know,
makes the replay like the not the replay
It makes
value, but the
rewatching
rewatch
it, like,
value
yeah.
way higher.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Because some shows it's like not that interesting to watch again. Once
just-
you've
yeah,
watched
just-
it,
yeah, you
you've
watch-
watched it. But
You watch once,
yeah, we had another
I'm
funky
delayed.
little thing there. But
Oh my
I think,
gosh.
are you?
I'm delayed.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right,
you
here we
tell?
go.
All right.
All right. So we're back. There goes that issue again. Hopefully we're not going to have too many of those this episode. We'll get it
hold
figured
on.
out though.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's not funny. It's actually not funny at all. It was pretty funny.
I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
So anyways, we were finishing up talking about psych, but
We were? All right.
yeah,
I guess we
we're
were.
we're done now.
He's trying
no
to
more talking
end
about
that
psych.
topic.
You guys don't get to talk anymore. I was gonna bring up some stuff that I thought was funny on the internet or cool on the internet that I found throughout the week. One of the things, or the first thing that I thought was mostly just funny, was I came across, so one of my friends on Facebook, it showed up on my feed or whatever that he was going to an event, and the event was called Ginger Pride. And
I saw you write that on the
this is an
notes.
Asian guy, and I'm like, wait, what is going on? What
Maybe
is
it's
this?
like ginger, like the
The
root.
root.
No, it's not. So it's actually like I think this was the first year that they did it in San Francisco, like Dolores Park, I think it was called, but it's just basically a bunch of redheads get together and they have like booths there and alcohol and like you just like hang out and party with redheads.
Nice.
But I guess they give like non-redheads red wigs and stuff like that. So it's like anybody goes to it. But
that's so funny.
this is funny because I have red hair. I don't know if I've made that statement yet on the
you
podcast.
do? Oh
but-
my gosh.
I didn't notice that.
Crazy, right? But anyways, I thought that was pretty hilarious because that just seems ridiculous. But at the same time, I was like kind of intrigued because I've never been around that many red-haired people. Like
You didn't know.
I know,
You
right?
guys are technically, what is it? Statistically, you guys are the same person.
yeah,
What?
yeah, I guess.
What do you mean?
Guess.
Because redheads share like a special gene. Like there was like a mutation in a single event that happened like
Oh,
X
and
amount
it's
of years ago,
it's
and they stem from that.
spread from there.
Same with blue eye people.
Oh yeah, it was.
So if you're
yeah, that's
redhead
right.
and blue eyed, you're
Like me, I'm extremely
statistically related to Jamie.
Okay, cool.
That's awesome.
that's pretty weird.
I know that for a fact that, or not for a fact, but I know that I read somewhere that I could probably source with that the blue eye mutation has only happened once in in human history. So literally everybody with
Came
blue
from that
eyes.
Came from
one
that
thing.
one thing.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
yeah, because it's basically like no pigment on your iris, right?
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Because I know people with brown eyes can turn their eyes blue, like through a surgery where they like
Really?
That's weird.
take the pigment out of their iris.
Wow.
But
that
you can't
sounds
turn your eyes
dangerous.
brown if you have blue ones.
I don't
right?
think so. No,
You're like
I don't know what I'm
injecting
talking about though. So
Shit into your. Okay. Anyway.
yeah,
so that
shit.
might
You
not
put
be
shit
true.
right in your eyeball. Don't do that.
That's funny. The other thing I thought was funny about it was in typical Facebook fashion, like all the comments about the event, not all the comments, but there were a few comments like, ginger's offensive to redheads. Like, that's an offensive
Oh
term.
my
I'm
God.
offended. All this stuff.
Were
I
they
was
even a
like-
redhead saying?
Yeah, they were.
Oh.
But I was like, oh my gosh, come on. Like, get
That's
over
just getting
it.
out of hand.
It is.
People are just
Be
making up
offended by
politically
everything.
incorrect things.
Yeah.
Everyone's
I thought that
everybody's so
was funny,
angry. They
though.
all want to be mad at something.
Well,
No, I
even
don't.
like it's not like the word. I don't know. I'm not a ginger or redhead, but
right.
I feel like the word ginger is only as oppressive as you make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And
but
If
like
you choose to be
Oriental
offended by
or
it,
midget,
then you
or
are.
What
but
else is there? I'm not gonna say another one.
don't just list off offensive
don't
words.
just say all the offensive
Well, no,
words
like
you
I'm
hate.
I'm Asian, but apparently Oriental is offensive. But
Yeah, I
I was
guess
I was
so,
like,
yeah.
oh, that's offensive. Okay, I guess I better be offended. Like I don't care.
Right, yeah. Doesn't make not a big deal to you.
Yeah, I don't
but-
I mean, I'm
understand
sure
that.
there are redheads that were picked on for being headed, but
You know, I think
and
Yeah,
if that
oh, yeah,
if that
for
sure.
like triggers them, like conjures up,
right.
Yeah,
that
I
pa-
guess,
I
yeah.
understand that. But
Yeah. Yeah,
I think
get that
South
too.
Park also made it offensive.
well, isn't it was Cartman, but he
Yeah,
ends
Cartman
up
made
being
it
redheaded,
offensive.
isn't he?
I don't remember what happened. I
I
think
th- no,
yeah,
no.
he wanted to
Cartman
become
wouldn't
one.
pick on redheads because he was redheaded, but you didn't know that because something like that.
Something happened. I think he hated them, and then somebody they like played a trick on him. Like when he was asleep, they put red hair on him and
And
painted freckles. So then he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my gosh, like I have to be one. I am one of them now." So I don't know. It was South Park's
One of
ridiculous.
them.
That,
Jeez.
Well, they
Okay.
were saying that
I didn't mean it like that.
that redheaded
I
people
don't
were
mean
like
that to offend you
soulless
people.
I know.
and didn't have any souls, and like
Yeah, that's
There's
right.
all kinds
yeah.
of stuff like that floats around, like redheads are evil or can't feel pain and like all that kind
You
of
do
crazy
have a
stuff.
higher pain tolerance, right?
Supposedly, I don't know if that's
So your
scientific.
ankle must
though.
be really messed up.
Probably right.
probably
It's
broken.
actually broken. I was
It's
wondering
hanging
why
on
my
by the skin.
I was wondering why my foot just kind of wobbles off the end of my leg,
Dangling.
just dangling there. It's still walking on it though.
Uh,
It seems okay.
Every time I step down, I end up stepping on my shin.
Oh my gosh!
that makes it cringe.
Videos of like fighters.
Oh, dude,
You've
yeah.
seen that you kick the shin and it. Oh, I've seen guys.
The basketball player one.
that
Is
Oh,
the
that
worst.
one. Yeah,
worst.
that.
I
Oh my
couldn't.
gosh.
Oh man, I saw it like kind of on accident. It was like,
I think you made us watch it. You're like, oh, just watch it. Come on, just watch it.
I would do something like that.
and I was just like, oh, made me scared to shoot a jump shot like ever again in my life. I'm like, all he did was jump.
Yeah, he just
He
landed.
just landed. Yeah, that was crazy.
Freaking bones made of dust.
Yeah, I guess.
Derrick
yeah.
Rose.
That's poor Derrick Rose. Poor guy. The ginger pride thing kind of leads me into the next one, though. I think that you'll be excited about this, TJ, if you
Yeah?
didn't already see it. The other place I've seen tons of redheads is at Under Oath concerts, and
I know why.
you know why? Because of Aaron. But
Yeah.
Under Oath updated all their like social medias yesterday
What?
with a new image that says "Rebirth is coming."
No, I follow. What's his name?
Spencer.
Yeah, on Instagram,
And he posted that. Did you
something
watch?
I was
listen to the video?
like, no, I don't know if it was a video or if it was just
There-
a picture.
Okay, well there is like a audio clip like on the image or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and it's just the drowning in my sleep, but it's played backwards, so it sounds like super creepy.
Oh,
But
yeah.
somebody figured it out and like flipped it and was like,
Huh.
this is what it is. So there's a bunch of rumors about either it's like something special with Chasing Safety, like they're gonna re-release something crazy, or they're actually like gonna get back together.
Because
and write
Aaron
That would
posted it
be-
too.
Yeah,
Really?
Aaron posted it.
I'm so glad
Oh,
because I
yep.
mean, even their last album they did that was
it
really
was
good
awesome.
still. But
Yep.
I've
Did-
always loved Aaron.
Did the Nora Jean drummer? I don't even know his real name, but did he post
No,
it? He didn't.
not that I know of. I didn't look at his social thing, but I feel like I heard something about like he's not doing it. But I could be wrong. But either way, I was like, I got like chills just watching that because I was like, oh
That's
my gosh,
awesome.
I hope so bad that they get back together and write some
Oh,
new
heck
music,
yeah.
'cause that would be.
He
would
was
be
doing
awesome.
stuff with Paramore, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's
Aaron?
still touring with it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they're.
I bet you
touring
could
right
see a
now,
lot of
but-
redheads there. I mean, the
Oh,
two
yeah,
of them,
with
right?
Haley and
and Aaron.
Yeah, that's true.
What happened to the almost? Or wasn't? Yeah, it was the
Yeah, the
almost.
Yeah, the
almost.
Almost.
I think there's still something, but haven't been.
It's not. It's I don't know. He's
'cause
better as
been
a
doing-
drummer.
Yeah,
with
well,
a
he's been doing like
hardcore band.
he's been doing solo like worship albums.
Oh, has he?
That's his most recent
Oh,
releases
okay.
have been that because he's a worship pastor, I think, at a church. I think he has a home church that
Out
he
in
leads.
Florida.
Maybe so. I'm not sure where, but yeah, he's been doing that, and then he, I think, did an almost record, sort of recently too. But
I only
I know of
that-
two
that
of 'em.
one. Oh.
yeah, I think there's
Southern.
three. I think
Southern
there's-
something. Or-
Yeah, the
Southern
first one,
Weather,
and
or
then
is
they
that the
did like
song?
a Monsters EP or something like that.
Yeah, I remember
And
that song
I
Monsters.
think they did another one after that EP, but I could be wrong.
Mm.
What happened to Sleep in Silence or
To Sleepwave,
Sleepwave? Yeah.
they're still touring, so I don't know how that's gonna work because Spencer's still
Did they release
going
a CD?
ham with Sleepwave. Yeah,
I kind of stopped following. I feel kind of bad.
After that
It didn't
one
appeal
show.
to me as much. I don't know.
I love Spencer to death. He's
Yeah.
like one of my favorite frontmen and
Mhm.
screamers
Oh,
and
yeah.
singers. Sleepwave is tough for me to get into.
Yeah, but it's just
though.
not. It's not the same.
It's not
just-
the same. Yeah,
I
it's
have no attachment to those.
there's
other
some
guys.
good songs, but
They all have like the same. They all have long hair.
yeah,
It's
I
like
know.
all the same guy.
Yeah, yeah, it's funny.
Oh yeah, on
'Cause we
Sleepwave.
saw
huh?
them,
Yeah, we saw them with Taking Back
uh,
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was
the one
that?
the at the Warfield.
That's the Warfield.
Mm-hmm.
Not the
Where
film.
we had to
one?
stand in
No,
those.
we were at the Warfield.
those lines. Like you had to stand inside the.
Yeah, yep.
That was annoying.
But I got to meet Spencer that time, and you could have met him too, but you wouldn't come with me
What?
at that show. I
Really?
went out to their booth and
What was
took
I
a picture
doing?
with him. You were like, "No, I'll just wait."
I think
No.
we were hanging out and watching The Used.
Oh, it might have been during
The Used.
the Used that I went out there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
which I love to use, but it's just not the same.
It
watching
isn't.
them live
No, I
anymore.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bert's kind of lazy with everything because he
Well,
doesn't
ever
have to
since
sing.
like what was it? No, not Hollywood. There was a song called Hollywood. That album with Hollywood on it and
The one,
pretty awkward,
oh
pretty
yeah,
handsome awkward.
There's a
and-
Hollywood song.
I don't know if there's a, I don't remember
Hospital.
that, but there's Hospital. Yeah,
There's not a song called Hollywood.
I don't think so.
What's the
I'm
album
not
called?
familiar. That one's has Lies for the Liars on it. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
I think it's
I think
called
it
Lies.
Is
for
it
the
I think
Lies
it's
for the
called
Liars?
Lies for the Liars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Pretty
album.
Handsome Awkward. That was
Ever since
I
that
kind of
album,
like that album
because that was
but-
when he had the throat thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he had it either before that one or right after that one. I don't remember, but
In Love and Death is probably my favorite,
yeah,
just because of that snare tone. It's
Well,
the
they
same
changed
in every
drummers
song,
after
but
that
I
one,
love
too.
it.
Yeah.
they
Huh?
changed drummers after that.
Oh
after that
yeah.
album too.
Okay.
They changed drum sets after that.
I don't
Yeah,
really.
It was
huh?
a new drum set.
It was really. I remember it was like a bouncy. I don't
Yeah, it
know.
was just really, like,
tinny.
tin. Yeah, that's a good. That's a
Like
good way to
just
describe
really
it.
tight.
was like,
a lot
Mhm.
of pop. Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
a lot of just a
treble pop. Yeah,
kind of. I don't know. I just liked it.
It's a cool sound.
it is. It was unique.
I
mean,
try
you
to tune
definitely
my
could pick it
snare to
out.
that whenever I play, but I can't. I don't know how he did it. I don't have the right.
It might be a certain kind of. It might be a real shallow snare. I don't
Oh,
know.
maybe,
if
yeah.
you've played with different snares.
I
at
only
all,
have
but
one snare. I
yeah.
can't really afford a lot of snares.
Why not, dude? There's drum.
You don't have a whole
stuff's so
stack
cheap.
of snares.
Yeah.
You
Did
never,
guys-
you never see a drummer stop a show to switch snares.
No.
Oh, I know,
You
huh?
don't really.
You see guitarists talk while they're pretending to tune, and then one of them actually is
Pretending
tuning.
to
Yeah.
tune. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I usually have someone offside to throw them a new guitar
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever when they're switching.
Oh yeah, if
so
you're
they don't
fancy,
see.
huh?
Yeah, if you're big time.
Mm-hmm.
Not me. I would tune my own guitar.
Or
for
you
sure,
see them
but-
standing in front of the amp when something goes wrong, and they
Yeah.
just play the show backwards.
Yep. Just looking at their amp,
Yeah.
trying to figure out what the heck's going on.
Oh yeah, that's not what they're doing. I've totally seen that. That's
You know what's
funny.
funny now though is a lot of those bands, it's not even necessarily the rig that's on stage, or their head might not, like the amp might not even be on stage. It's just a cabinet, like a speaker cab,
Oh yeah.
and they're playing through like a much smaller rig, like back.
Yeah, it's like a
behind that
facade.
stuff that's just
Oh,
ramped
yeah.
up. Yeah, there's a lot of the, like when you see a wall of 4x12 cabs,
Yeah.
They're all fake.
guarantee they're fake, but
Yeah.
probably empty, like not even with speakers in them, just for looks.
Because
but-
when we saw, I think Devil Wears Prada at Warped Tour, like however many years ago, they literally rolled out like these. It was like 2x4s
yeah,
with like screens on them
With
that look like
facades.
they look like all these
Oh.
like amps and stuff,
Yeah.
but they were not.
it was like a massive wall of mesas or
Yeah.
some orange.
It's
or
almost like they're
something,
just
and
making
it's
fun. Like, look, this is obviously just a,
Yeah.
a sheet with a picture on
like-
it.
yeah,
No, it was actually wood, but I think the part they messed up was that they actually used screens, so you could see behind what was like the silhouette, what was behind
oh
it.
yeah,
So you could see that there was
Oh.
like like
Nothing.
an actual like PA speaker
yeah.
and not actual amps. But
Yeah.
I guess.
That stuff's funny. I mean, it makes sense because you travel a lot better when you're not lugging around like actual,
Yeah.
wall of
Yeah.
cabinets and
I mean,
stuff.
plus the technology too. That's not even
You-
necessary.
yeah,
right,
you
to
get-
have huge.
You can arguably get better tone out of a small amp than
Yeah.
those massive ones, but because you're just gonna mic it up anyway. It's
Uh-huh.
like you don't really need the volume from something big like that. It's all coming through the main speakers. but
Yeah.
just for stage volume, I guess.
Hmm.
But then
Unless you're
everyone
playing
has
at like
in-ears now
or
too.
something,
so-
right? Then you need a.
Yeah.
They don't have a PA system set up or. well, I don't know
If
if
you're
they do.
playing
Yeah,
at
then
that
it's-
venue that I'm gonna have to bleep out.
Yeah,
Then-
it
then-
doesn't exist anymore anyway.
Oh,
So who
that's
what I'm
cares?
saying, yeah,
It's been
like-
closed forever.
Actually, I
Uh,
think the sign's still up. So.
I think it is. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
empty though.
Yeah.
That was when we used to have music going on in our hometown. But
Yeah.
That place was the S, man.
yeah,
It was the stuff.
it was the stuff.
Yeah, that'll be exciting to see what happens with that though. I just hope it's not a greatest hits album for Under Oath.
Yeah, they already released one, so I don't know. I just doubt they would do something that mean.
They're making
like,
it really epic.
Rebirth
you know?
is coming, you know,
Uh-huh.
like all this stuff, and and then just to re-release like music would be really lame. I think it would make so many
Yeah.
people angry.
Maybe they're
so-
just really big Binding of Isaac fans, and
Rebirth.
the new
Rebirth.
the
Oh
new
my
DLC
gosh.
for Rebirth is about to come out.
yeah, maybe that's what it is. Did you guys
That's a-
come across anything interesting?
Not really interesting, but something I want to to talk about real quick. Apparently, it was on Reddit. On the subreddit is called "Not the Onion News." Like they're actual real stories, but they sound like they would be
Oh,
on the
like they'd
Onion.
be on the
Yeah,
Onion.
and I guess some guy shot at an armadillo with like a 38. Like let's
Like a revolver, like a
yeah,
Yeah.
massive
yeah, pretty
handgun.
big
Yeah.
gun, and the bullet he shot 3 times. One of the bullets ricocheted and ended up hitting him in the jaw.
Oh my.
And I thought he died, but apparently he's just went to the hospital and they had to like sew his jaw shut and everything.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
And
God.
they didn't find the armadillo, so that thing just walked away. But apparently, the part that I found interesting was that it happens a lot more often than like I thought would be possible.
Really?
Like, yeah, they in that article, which I'll link, they linked like 6 other times that this has happened where someone shot an armadillo
Really?
and the bullet ricocheted and hit somebody else.
Wow.
So I was like,
That's
wow, like a
crazy.
lady got shot in the back. Another lady just shot an armadillo and it hit her house. Another lady or another guy shot an armadillo and it went through like an old guy's window, and then through the back of the chair he was sitting in. And
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my gosh.
That never happens on Red Dead Redemption.
no,
Shot plenty of armadillos, one
Your
shot.
furry four-legged friend.
Has it ever happened more than once to the same person? Where
That
they
would
learned
be
their lesson?
that'll probably
Yeah,
happen
right.
to you more than once.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my bad luck. I'm not gonna be shooting any armadillos anytime
Yeah, we don't
soon.
have armadillos where we are, but
No.
apparently they're like pests and like kind of like gophers, and they just eat everything.
Oh yeah.
But also, another this is not related to the story, but armadillos have the ability to carry like leprosy in their scales.
Oh wow.
So
Oh,
if
wow.
you see an armadillo, you shouldn't touch it because you could become a leper.
Jeez.
And you shouldn't shoot it either. So
I used to
just
think
run
it was
away.
leopard like a cat, so it sounds weird to say. If
Oh.
you touch an armadillo, you will turn into another animal.
You thought Jesus was like healing animals or
Yeah.
something?
What's all these leopards?
I had the same thing for like 10 years with
Oh
artistic
my-
and autistic. So
That's
that's a story for
funny
a different time.
yeah, that's a funny one though.
All these artistic friends of mine.
Yeah, a lot of people thought I was autistic for a long time.
Because you'd tell them you were
Yeah.
not realizing. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh man.
but that's all I had to say about it. Don't shoot an armadillo or don't touch one.
Yeah.
Stay away.
You'll either die or turn into a leopard. So
So actually, maybe if you want to.
if you want to be a leopard, I guess maybe go for it. But something else that's been going on that well, we'll be a little behind, so something interesting might happen between now and when this is posted. But
Oh.
the Tom Brady stuff. Have you guys been
Mm.
following any of that?
Not really.
Very loosely.
I need to
very
catch up
loosely.
on my football this.
I just
season.
heard-
I
yeah.
watched no football last season, so I'm gonna hang out with you guys a lot. We're gonna watch a lot of football.
Good. So I was gonna ask, do you have a favorite team, or would you not?
I'm a Niners
really,
fan.
You're
I'd
a Niners
say.
fan.
Yeah,
So
course.
you'd
Of
follow
course.
a root for the Niners.
yeah,
Are you a Giants fan too?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Giants fan because my dad was a Giants fan. I grew up watching the Giants since
Oh,
I
so
was
you're
a kid.
not a newcomer.
No, I've liked the Giants since the
Since you
first
were
hat I
little.
had. My ears are probably sticking out the way they are because I used to wear a hat backwards, and it pushed my ears out. Not even kidding. Like yeah, from like I don't know the age of like 4 or 5 until I was like 10.
Yeah.
The Giants hat. I always wore that Giants hat.
But baseball, that for sure be your favorite sport, right?
Yeah, I'd say so because I played a lot of baseball and it's my dad's thing. you
Yeah,
know. He
yeah,
got
yeah.
me into it as a kid.
Yeah.
So, but
That makes
football.
sense.
My brother's a Niners fan, so I'm kind of a Niners fan, I guess, too, just because whenever
Forgot
we.
Shane was a Niners fan.
Yeah, he's a huge Niners fan. I mean, he's just
That's
a
right,
football
yeah.
fan in general, but Niners are his team.
Yeah. Vincent,
I'm a Raiders fan.
Raiders fan.
Yeah.
That's all right. Say it with more passion.
I will, hopefully after this season.
And who's your team?
And I like the Chiefs, Kansas City.
Because
yeah.
they're red like him.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
No, what was your reasoning behind that, though?
It's so it goes back when I was younger because my I guess I wouldn't say my dad was necessarily like he wouldn't claim a football team or
Uh-huh.
anything, and my mom grew up in Buffalo, so she was a Bills fan.
Oh, that's weird that your
Um,
mom was actually a football fan.
Yeah, my mom like because she used to go to Bills
Oh,
games and
that's
stuff
cool.
back when she was younger, so she would be a Bills fan, and just because of proximity, growing up close to the Bay Area, I was kind of by default a Niner fan, I guess, when
Yeah.
I was really young.
You had another choice.
But I did have the Raiders. That's true. But I liked Joe Montana. That was like when he was in his prime or whatever. I just really liked Montana. And then the year he got injured, whatever it was, the Niners wouldn't re-sign him, so he went to Kansas City. And he took Kansas City like 13-3 to the championship game and like almost to the Super Bowl.
Oh man.
And so
Almost.
almost. They haven't been since Super Bowl 4. It's been a drought.
4? Wow,
Yeah.
that's
But
long
so
time.
anyways, I was like, I just kind of stuck with them since then because as a little, I was like 7, I think, and I was like, I just like Montana, so then I
Yeah.
stuck with the Chiefs ever since then. But it's been fun to get into a team that's not local for me at least. 'Cause,
Yeah.
it's like I don't know, you just care about like the players and stuff, and it's just kind of fun to follow, and it's not the hometown team. But
You
I've
don't get
always
to
been
watch
weird
any of
like
the
that.
games though.
Yeah, I know. I don't get to watch
That's
all
one
the
thing
games.
that
That's the one
sucks.
thing that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. With every sport, I feel like I've liked out of town teams, but I don't really know why.
Well, not
But,
every
yeah.
sport. I don't think you have a. Do you have a favorite baseball team or
No,
a
I don't.
favorite cricket team? Or
No,
what about? I
right,
don't
you're
even
right.
know.
With baseball, I probably would default to like the A's or the Giants.
Yeah, see,
'cause
I
they're
like the
local.
A's too. I like, Bay
A's
Area
games were the
teams,
ones
like-
I always
Exactly. I
when
went to a
was
lot of
little. They
A's
were- 'cause they
games
were
too.
cheap.
Exactly, and you could take the BART right to
Yep.
them.
Yeah, so that was fun.
The Bart.
The Bart. But anyways, okay, so we got
Bay Area Rail
teams.
Transit.
We got teams established, but the Tom Brady thing, that it's like I just think it's interesting because there's so many people that like I guess the majority of people aren't Patriots fans think that he should get suspended and like it's just easy to hate the Patriots and hate Tom Brady
Yeah.
I've hated Tom Brady for a specific reason for a very long time, but
because of being a Raider fan.
yeah,
Yeah.
we won't get into that.
Yeah, we won't
I
go
don't want
into
to talk
that.
about it.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting. I wanted to get your guys' opinion. Like, do you think he should be suspended for 4 games because
Yeah.
of the deflate gate? Yeah.
You know, like the
Sure.
basics of it, right?
The whole they deflated the ball. I don't know what happened when how did
Well,
they get away with it?
there
Or
was
what'd they
like
do? How'd they find it out?
allegations of the ball being deflated. So the
I heard about
NFL
all that. Yeah.
NFL hires like a third party investigator. He investigates. He comes like to the conclusion that what is the phrasing he used? Beyond or more probable than not. That's
Yeah,
what it
more
was.
probable.
More probable than not that like Tom Brady knew about the balls being deflated because Tom Brady wasn't like helping with the investigation. He like
Oh.
denied, like they asked to see his phone and he said no because he was worried about like private messages and like
Mhm.
things like that, and they like insured him allegedly that everything would be protected and nothing would come out that wasn't supposed to, and so he said no, and then so they give him the ruling of 4-game suspension, and then he throws his little hissy fit because he always gets his way, and so he like goes to appeal with the commissioner, and the commissioner's like, "Why didn't you give me your phone?" Like basically, it was Tom Brady's job now to prove why he was innocent instead of like the NFL to prove he was guilty.
Yeah,
because the NFL
yeah.
already concluded that he was guilty.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't. He decided not to bring in, or him and his like legal team decided not to bring in the 2 other employees that were actually the ones deflating the balls, like in the bathroom and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't bring him in to like help his case. And then he tells the commissioner that he destroyed his cell phone. That's why he couldn't like give proof. And he said that was a normal thing for him to do, is like get a new cell phone every 4 months and like destroy the old one. But he still had the cell phone from before.
Yeah.
He
so
didn't
obviously
destroy
he
that
was
one, but he
lying
destroyed
about-
the one
yeah.
that was important. And so now it's like going to go into like legal things, but I don't know. I think he just should have said like either yeah, I did it and just deal with the 4-game suspension, or even if he would have said like yeah, I did it and I'm sorry about it at the appeal,
Yeah.
he would have gotten like maybe 2 games or a game, because Greg Hardy was like suspended for 10 games for like assaulting his girlfriend or whatever and like throwing her down on a bed full of like loaded guns, and
What the heck?
yeah, and he got 10 games, but then he goes through the same process and then ends up with a 4-game suspension.
Oh wow, I didn't know
because
that.
because of like
The way he dealt with it,
yeah.
basically, he like owned up and just kind of,
I don't know if that's exactly what happened, but
but sort
it
of,
went
yeah.
from 10 games to 4 games. And but so if Tom Brady would have done it, he probably would have got off with like a fine, but instead he was like, "No, I didn't do it, but I destroyed my phone." And like he just refused to help his case and
Yeah.
because he just wanted to
He's
get
just
off
making it worse for
scot-free.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he wants to even now it could get to the point to where it goes to court or something. I'm not really sure,
I
but
think it's going to court as like a lawsuit basically now,
I
like
think they're
from
gonna
the
try to like do settlement first, and
and then maybe
then
go.
go to actual court because that's what they said. Any judge that gets to sign the case will, because it's such a like unimportant case in
Yeah,
the
Yeah, I know, right?
in the
Seems
like
so
in the eye of
trivial,
the
like,
public.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably go to like settlement first, and then if they want to keep going, it'll go to actual court. And
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I think it's just kind of funny because like I have no allegiance to Tom Brady or the Patriots because I
Yeah.
don't really like them either. But it's just funny because if it was a different team and this happened in a different game, like, you probably wouldn't even hear about it.
Yeah,
You know what I
really,
mean?
uh-huh.
But because it's the Patriots and it was a big game,
Mhm.
it's like way blown out of proportion to me because they like my whole thing is they beat the Colts like 45-7 or something like that.
but
And
that's not
it's
the point.
I know it's not the point, but I'm like the deflated balls
Did that really
probably
make a
had
difference?
very little to do
Yeah.
with the result of
But
the
that's
game.
not the point again.
I
It's,
know, I know it's not.
It's
It's
the fact
there's
that they
there's a
tried to do something.
yeah, it's that they
cheat.
tried to
the
cheat
way I
or
see
they
it
did
is
cheat. I guess
there's a line drawn and he crossed that line.
yeah, I guess
That's
that's true.
yeah. It's not whether or not it helped him to win or not. It's just there's rules set up for a specific reason,
Mhm.
and he thinks he's better than them.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, okay.
And it's
he thinks
like
he's above it.
yeah,
and
it's like
can
if
get
you
away
were
with
like
it.
working and you are supposed to fill out papers a certain way, but you only decide to like write your own and condense it all the information onto one page. It's like yeah, that's cool, but you're just still doing it the wrong way. Like
Right.
it's his job, and he decided to go against like the way that's supposed to be. You don't
Yeah,
get to
I
write
get-
the rules at your
Yeah.
job.
I guess either
So
way,
you need to get
he-
penalized,
Yeah.
punished.
whether it really gave him an edge or not, they did cheat. So I guess
Yeah.
that's really the point. So I don't know. I mean, I'll be happy if he's suspended for 4 games. It doesn't bother me any.
Yeah, right.
I'd love to see the Patriots.
The only
be
reason
bad.
he doesn't want to get suspended for 4 games is, and me and Jamie were talking about this yesterday, but personally, for me, I think Tom Brady would, if he didn't have Bill Belichick his entire career, I don't think Tom Brady would be Tom Brady. Well, I think he had Bill Belichick for the majority of
At
his
least the
career.
majority, yeah.
He's had Bill Belichick, and a Bill Belichick team doesn't have superstars on it at all.
Mhm.
They're like the most plug and play team anywhere. That's why Matt Castle got an extra job somewhere else because Tom Brady missed a season and Matt Castle goes 10-6.
Yeah.
Like anybody worth like NFL caliber quarterback, like
Can
third string or
play.
anything, can play for the Patriots and win. I feel like,
Yeah, I think so because they have such a good
and I
coaching
think that's why
staff
he's
and
so
just,
worried
like,
about missing games because
he doesn't want to beat.
yeah,
See,
So he's
Garoppolo.
gonna
Wasteful.
see his value. He has no
Yeah.
value, really.
Yeah,
Yeah, and is he like toward the end of a contract or no?
I don't know. I don't think
I'm not
so.
sure that situation either. But yeah, anyways, the Tom Brady thing's like, you know,
The thing.
dominating all the football news right now, which is annoying because I'm like, man, training camp just started. I'm like excited to hear about teams
All you
and
hear
stuff,
is
and
Tom
all
Brady.
you hear about
like,
Tom
oh my
Brady
god.
Tom Brady,
or
Russell Wilson,
yeah, making a bunch of money and dating Sierra. 'cause
Cam
that's,
Chancellor
like,
not showing
relevant.
up.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's all you always hear about though in training camp is like the people holding out, the people that made a bunch of money, and
The
all
drama.
that stuff. Yeah, but
Sensationalized.
Well, why
The-
why deflate a ball though? That's what I was kind of wondering. Like,
Get a
what
better
would that?
grip.
yeah, have you
Allegedly.
ever like thrown?
Oh, okay,
a-
I see what you're saying.
I mean, you really can tell like
yeah,
catching or throwing an underdeflated football like that's not flat, but not
just
as hard
yeah, I get
as
what
it
you're
should
saying,
be.
uh-huh.
Is weight, when it's cold, especially rainy
Uh.
and stuff. It is definitely easier. to
Just put on
catch,
a
I would
glove
say,
like
but
Roethlisberger.
yeah, just be a man. But
Manning wears the
don't
glove
bring up
too, huh?
Roethlisberger. I don't like
Yeah.
that guy either. A good story, or at least in my opinion, that did come out in training camp is Eric Berry, the safety from the Chiefs.
He's practicing now.
He's
huh?
practicing. First
good.
practice, he was able to come back. I don't know if you know TJ, but he was diagnosed with
Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Lymphoma, yeah. So a form of cancer, right?
Yeah.
And it was
Okay.
like a growth in his chest.
Huh.
They found it like week 11 or something. It was against the
The
Raiders.
Raiders,
That
yeah.
was the last game.
Last season.
Yeah, last season. And then he went into like chemo and all this stuff. And it's been like 8 months. I think they broke it down like 8 months from when he was diagnosed to now.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's like got cleared to practice first week. So
All
I was
right.
excited about that because
Yeah.
that's good for my team, but it's just cool. It's exciting for him as a person. 'Cause,
Yeah,
I like
that
him
could-
as a player. He's not.
that could for sure end. A lot of people can't come back from that, or at least not that quick. So
Uh-huh.
that's a cool story.
Well, I'm
That's
sure
good for
their
him, too,
healthcare is a lot better than
Oh yeah,
most
they get
people's.
the best of the best
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that. Yeah, but I guess he was like, I don't know the exact. I was listening to their team doctor like talk about his treatment and stuff, and one of the things he opted for, which isn't normal, was he wanted to be able to work out through chemo. So it was
Jesus.
so he was getting like a direct IV basically of whatever the treatment was, so that he could still like work out. And he ended up like putting on a pound of weight like throughout the whole thing, where most people lose a lot of
Lose
weight
tons of
going
weight,
through
yeah.
chemo.
Yeah.
So he's just like a determined like beast.
Yeah.
He's
So
just
he
like,
would just
was
work
not
out
gonna.
Work out with an IV.
I don't know.
That's
I
what- yeah,
guess
how
that's
does
what they
that
made it
work?
sound
He
like.
probably
Yeah.
took
But
a
I'm
break.
sure he took
took
the
a
IV
break.
and
Uh-huh.
then was able to work out. Where normal treatment, maybe you're like you're like in bed or something. For
Yeah,
a
you're
certain-
just
for a week
bedridden or
whatever,
something.
Yeah. But I just thought that was pretty crazy. But that's a cool story. So
Yeah. It's
I'm
good to
excited
hear.
about that. Yeah. The other thing I wanted to ask you guys was fantasy football. That's like huge now.
Oh yeah.
But I want to know if you guys like it. I don't think TJ, you
DraftKings.
played
I play DraftKings.
That's kind of
every
what got
week.
me into
No.
football.
was doing
Was
fantasy. Really?
yeah.
It gives people who don't have an interest like a purpose to be interested.
Yeah, it
That's
really
that's
does.
what
Yeah,
I've
because
found.
I didn't have a huge interest. I just don't really have an interest in sports in general. I like to play sports,
Yeah.
but
not
to watch
follow and
them
watch.
or follow, I just don't care so much about the stats or the players. I mean, I do to a certain extent, but I'm so nerdy. I'm just all into like superhero stuff, fake stuff, made up stuff.
fantasy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to me, football seems pretty nerdy when you're into it like that. It's just more accepted. It's more manly. So it's not
Yeah.
so.
It's still nerdy.
It
for
is.
sure,
It totally
yeah.
is. You're dealing with numbers and drama and different, just all kinds of factors.
Yep.
Which
Yeah,
I can see.
that's
I can
true.
see why people find interest in it. But to me, it's not the kind of thing that I'm into.
Yeah,
Really,
I've noticed that with a ton of friends that never really cared much about football or didn't seem to care much about football,
yeah.
and then got into fantasy football and were like all about it, which
Yeah.
is cool. It gets them like into it and gives them something to care about because
Mhm.
they're just paying it. I mean, probably way more attention than I am even to stats and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
But like I played fantasy, I think I only did it 1 year, maybe 2 years. And for me it had the opposite effect. I was like, I can't care about all these other players, especially when I'm put in a position to like root for a certain player
Yeah.
that I don't actually really like
Yeah.
or don't like the team.
Uh-huh.
I was just like, that part of it's not fun to me. I
Yeah.
I want to follow the Chiefs and their stats and their games, and that's kind of it. I mean, I pay attention loosely to all the other stuff, of course, but
yeah.
following like players specifically and all that, it was just like it was too much for me. Like you had to know too much about too many things.
Oh
that,
yeah.
like, is way involved. But I just thought it was funny because I was like, yeah, fantasy football is not my thing.
Yeah.
You played, Vincent?
I 1 year, like 2006, maybe I signed up for like a fantasy football league,
With
Uh-huh.
random people.
and I logged in for the draft. Drafted. I got the #1 overall pick. Yeah, I was with random people, and
It's not as fun either because you can't
Yeah.
like
the
can't, like-
competition's not as like personal.
yeah, you
talk
don't know who you're
crap,
playing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just fun.
and I drafted LaDainian Tomlinson, and then logged out and never touched it again.
You drafted one player.
Yeah,
And like auto drafted the rest.
Yeah.
or-
and then I
how'd
never
you do
went
that
back.
season.
I didn't even
No idea.
check. Yeah, I don't know.
Could have won tons of money. You don't even know.
I don't
Oh,
even
man.
think they were doing money because it was
Oh,
a free to
probably
play like
Yeah.
NFL.com league, and
Yeah.
Apparently,
So
people make a lot of money off that, though.
yeah,
Sometimes,
DraftKings.
yeah,
But it costs like
Crazy.
each player costs like $3,000 to buy or something like that.
like real $3,000.
hmm
Yeah,
But you can
that's
win like
crazy.
$100,000. Like the pot is
Yeah,
huge.
it's
You win like
ridiculous.
$1 million, I think.
Yeah.
You could do it as a
in
career,
DraftKings.
like
Yeah, if you're lucky enough, I guess. I mean that I
it's like
do
being a
appreciate.
pro poker player, right?
Yeah, but I appreciate that because there is a lot of knowledge and like
Oh yeah.
strategy that goes into it. It's not all luck, but at the same time,
I mean,
it is.
injuries.
There's
I think
flukes and injuries.
yeah,
and,
are gonna create that kind of luck.
There's like
To me, it's like horse racing. As
Yeah.
bad as that sounds, that's pretty much you're gambling
Kind-
like that.
yeah, you are.
You are, but there's a lot more factors and variables you can account for. Horse racing, well, maybe there are. I don't know about horse racing, you know.
Yeah, I've never bet on horses, so I don't
Well,
know
I'd
either.
imagine it'd be the same. Like someone's pretty knowledgeable. They're putting down a lot of money.
Yeah, this
They know
horse
their
was bred this
history,
way.
they
know
yeah,
the-
I
yeah,
guess that
that's
makes
true.
sense.
And there's ratios like for the betting thing. So you have like there's literally like shows dedicated to talking about how good someone is for your team in certain situations. And it's like
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Part of it's just so NFL Network has more shows to air, talking
Yeah.
about fantasy lineups and all
Yeah,
that
right.
stuff.
yeah.
It's funny listening to those ones, like they're fantasy experts. You know, like created a whole new
Uh-huh.
field of like experts. you
Yeah,
know,
really.
that just research
league-
that stuff.
Where did they graduate from?
Yeah.
To- how
Probably
do you
like
become an
Harvard
expert
and
in-
like
They're probably
probably,
like mathematicians and
it's-
like
yeah,
Yeah,
they
maybe,
couldn't get a job, so they had to be
there you go.
NFL specialists.
That's kind of cool though for people that are really into numbers to translate that to
Yeah.
something real world. You know, well, I guess it's not real world, but sort of.
Literally says it in the title.
Yeah, fantasy. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm wrong.
I was gonna suggest that we do a league, but me and Jamie sort of feel the same way about it, and
Yeah.
I would lose it. I would lose interest quick if it wasn't like an equal interest thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think too, like the first year I did it, I had some pretty good players like that I got in the draft, and then whatever ended up happening, like injuries or just those players weren't as good as they were gonna be, you know. Or I also kept losing by like literally a point or a
Yeah,
half
that
a
is
point.
so
Fractions of a
frustrating.
And I was so frustrated because I'm like, man, I've come so close. It's like everybody else in the league's like either blowing people out or just getting destroyed, you know. So they were all lopsided, and it was like every week my game was like a half point loss or
Oh
a
my
point
gosh.
loss or whatever
That's
it was.
frustrating.
And I'm
yeah.
like, this is just dumb. I was like, so not only do I have to be sad because that was the year the Chiefs were 2-14 or whatever, I think, when I did it too. Or it might not have been, but either way, I was like, so now I have to be sad about like my favorite team being awful and like losing fantasy football too. I was like, this is no fun at all. So I think I just had a bad experience too. But I guess if I had been like super lucky and won every game, I would have loved fantasy football.
Yeah, I
but
mean, there was a year where I won a lot of games, and it was fun that year. You
Yeah.
know?
it's definitely more fun when you're doing well.
Yeah, I wish I could
But-
win everything I did too.
Yeah, yeah.
That would make me a lot more happy.
I'd try so many things because I'd know I was gonna win, but yeah. But I am excited for football to start. That's gonna be cool when that comes back.
We should
around.
figure out something to do. It's a little competition during football season.
Yeah, I think so. That
Yeah?
would be fun.
Would you be interested, TJ?
I guess. I don't know. I'm not super competitive.
Neither am I, but I think it'd be fun for just us.
Like how?
would be
what-
fun.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know
what
what
I
would
don't
we
know.
do?
Well, we're not really into fantasy, but we could do like fantasy Madden teams or something because you can draft on Madden and like create your own roster.
Yeah. Oh, in the game.
Yeah, or we can just do flat out like a Madden season between the three of us. Or
And actually play the games.
among
Yeah.
the three of us.
I'd be down for that. Have you played Madden recently?
No, is
It's
it
been a long
the
time.
new one? Right, came out.
I
they're
don't- I
never
haven't played
really
the new one,
good, but they're fun.
they're fun. Yeah.
I know, like recently. Well, I mean, not that recently. They had like a new tackling engine.
That's every
was-
year. They claim that every year.
No, but I
they
could
get
see
better
it.
though.
They yeah
Yeah, you
uh,
can see
they?
improvements.
I think it was
I feel
2012
they
is
do.
when they had like a really good one because it was when I got my computer, and I was like, oh, I want to go get that for PC, you know, because I like the physics on it. Like it's like pretty realistic, but they didn't make it for computer that year. Like the year before was the last time
Year
they made
for
it for
computer.
PC.
Well,
So
even
I think it was
because
2012.
the ports are then anyway they were completely different codes
Oh, really?
for games and stuff.
Oh.
Because that like, I remember I got a version of, I think it was Sean Alexander was on the cover, so I think it was a '06 or '04 or something. But anyway, I got it for the original Xbox, and then I got it for Xbox 360, and it was
Hmm.
like completely different game. Like the original Xbox one was way better than the 360 one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I that was the reason I got my that was the reason I got my 360 was because I was like, oh, I want to play Madden on it, and then I got that game, and then but I ended up getting the game for the original Xbox 2 or something, and so I literally didn't touch my Xbox 360 for like 6 months because I just kept
Well,
playing.
when it first came out, the
Yeah.
games weren't that great for it. Like
No,
nobody knew how to utilize its power. I think.
yeah,
You know, because like
the same
GTA
with the
5
Xbox
came out at
One
the end,
now. Yeah,
and it was like it's like
crazy
it could
game.
do this kind of stuff. You know, you didn't think your Xbox could handle a game like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think just people, the whoever programmers, whatever, didn't know how to make a
yeah,
good
they were. It
game.
was new to them too.
Yeah.
They didn't understand the power it had, the power they hold. Or was that anything else anybody wants to add? Does that make sense what I just said? Anything else anybody?
Anything else? Anyone else? Whoa, man, that's hard to do. My mic is on a
Mike's
delay
lagging.
again.
Okay.
Yep, got a lag.
Saw you making
you
a face. I wasn't
want
sure
to
what
just
that was, but
call
I,
it
I get
so?
it now.
Actually, me and TJ can just talk the rest of the time, and Jamie can just watch us. Or-
I'll just try and talk early so that it's interjected at the right timing.
All right, I'm gonna
Third
end
time
it.
this has happened.
I'm gonna end it because this is gonna start driving me nuts.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
already
Alright,
driving
so-
me nuts because I can hear you over here.
Yeah.
and
You
in
can see
here.
my mouth moving, and then
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you're on YouTube and you enjoyed it, go ahead and leave a like. So let us know. Comment. Our website should be up by the time this one happens. And
Maybe you can give us some tech advice on
Yeah.
how to prevent stuff like that.
how to prevent these things from happening. All
I'm
right.
sure we'll figure it out.
We will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
ya.